So the League SBC has slightly changed in terms of how you grind it. So let's go over every way you can make as much profit and the best SBCs to be completed for literally nothing. If your team's looking like this, then I have the place for you. Head over to U7Buy for all your coin needs. They're cheap, fast, and reliable, but make sure to use JT11 at the checkout for 6% off all of your coin orders. So step 1 with League SBC is what have you got to actually get? So it is a Liga or Eredivisie team, it's a Libertadores / Sudamericana, you've got a Bundesliga and Serie A, and also La Liga and Prem. All of these have been completed, and I'm going to be showing you the best ways that you can get them done as well. So we're going to first go over what I use. So straight away, Nice is the team I personally use. Very affordable, very easy to do. I just tend to buy the whole squad. If I don't have anybody, I'll just buy them all because it is step 1 of the plan. So that's the first one done. The one thing with the left-hand side is that it is both tradable. So that is something to go over in a second. With the Libertadores, we'll go them next. Normally what I do is I tend to have quite a lot of 60s to 70s, the silver sort of range, already in the club just from naturally going over methods and packs and all of that good stuff. I think I bought 3 players for this run after doing it a couple of times yesterday / this morning. I normally go Cavani as a number 1 shout, 79 rated, one of the higher rated ones you can go with. Then obviously with the 2 others, I've kind of just got for about 1.5 to 1.7 each. What I normally do when it comes to libs, all you want to do is just go like that. Concept on, Libertadores type, because these are all the libs that you can go buy. Naturally, you've got to have 1 per team, so it is a little bit more difficult with the fact everybody's from River Plate or Boca Juniors, so you've got to pick and choose what you've got. But Cavani is always number 1 on that list as he is higher rated. Fernandez is one that has popped up new. I actually haven't even looked at this card, but he could be, again, another great... No, he can't. I was going to say, oh, no, maybe he could. 1 and 1-4 is not bad. That would be even easier knowing that you could have literally 2 79s to get that rating up. But that's number 2. Easily done and out the park. That one is untradeable, so we will go over that in a second. When we go to the Bundes and also Serie A, we go with as many low rateds as possible. I've kind of gone for a mixture of golds on this one as I've kind of running out of silvers, as normally I like to put silvers from one league in and then higher rated golds and just keep flipping them. But I do try and maintain at least kind of half and half with the team. Makes it easier for obviously the 1 team each, but then also it does give you that kind of not blowing out 1 league. I could just do a full 11 of Bundesliga and that would be fine, but then I've got to make sure the Serie A is the same and then the Bundesliga is the same. It's just easy to mix them both whilst we still can. And I think, how many days have we left have we got of this? I think we've got 19 days remaining, and then more than likely we'll have like a day or 2 break and then they bring them back. Same for La Liga and Prem. It is a 79 rated, so you might not be able to have too many silvers, but at least try and get 1 in. Like I said, with these, I've kind of gone again 76s, 75s, some of the more common ones, and then gone for a couple of 81s. Again, I'll flip it because Prem and La Liga both have some very, very good ratings in there. So that's done. It's as easy as that to start with, and then the grinding aspect to do it again. So once you've finished it once, this is where maybe you've used your last Prem player, you've used your last La Liga, your Libertadores. How do you grind them back? Because naturally, if we complete the League SBC from scratch, we have 5 packs to go off. Say, well, personally my coins are not as healthy as they can be. I want to be looking at making some money off this as well. So as you can see, we have 2 packs, a Jumbo Gold pack and also a Small Prime Gold Players pack. Small Prime Gold, yeah. So what you want to be doing is selling everything. I think we've just got a comment on that. So that is not a great start, but also is still very viable as an option. You want to try and get as high rated as possible. That's just always a natural, but sometimes the pack luck isn't on your side. So what I would start by is just discarding all of these. Maybe if you want to check some of these, they might be worth something. We get a free switch loan pack descript. Okay. Fair enough. We got the Leeds kit. I don't think is worth anything. I think, what, you get 220, and then obviously we get a couple of things here. What I would suggest then is if you're running low on players, then potentially, like for instance, if you want a Nice player, I would keep them because naturally you're going to buy them. When it comes to League SBC players like Bundesliga, Prem, to be honest, I'd just sell them all off anyway, especially if you are looking for coins, because naturally you are trying to make as much profit back, and the tradable side is going to be worth it in its sense, because I just do this constantly. I don't necessarily need it. I'll just wait for the big hit. it is a risky method because that big hit may not come. We also got an ultimate lone player pack. What do we get from this? Is that an icon? Oh no, it's going to be... It's going to be a kit. Of course it's not an icon. I was wondering about an icon loan, but obviously the stadium theme comes up first as well. And we got... nobody. But that's going to give us extra value anyway. 300 extra coins, and it's all about the minute differences. It's not about going for the big hitters every single time. He says... I don't know. Oh, it's Schick. Is he still high rated? Is he 84, 85? I don't know. We take an 83. We take an 83. So what you could do with them is, again, if they're worth value, get them gone. Absolutely. If you want to utilize them, so we did get a Nice player actually just before we go anywhere. I would keep him. Everybody else I would naturally sell because they're just going to be coins that are going to be put back into the SBC later on down the line. So then we have the players that we can't sell. So we've got a small rare gold pack from the final one. We have a prime electrum from the Libertadores. This is an 80 plus and the small rare is an 82 plus. That is where you've got a potential of hitting a big one. But it's not always guaranteed. As you can see right now, we're not having the greatest luck in the world. I would try and put up as many possible because naturally you want to kind of sell them off anyway and just keep the untradables because that's what we're really hoping for is as many as possible untrade. We get a German, Cam. It couldn't have been Bayern Munich, could it? At least in a walkout at the very minimum would have been nice. Again, not necessarily the craziest look. We got 2 duplicates, which... we'll just get rid of these 2 for the moment because we've got an 83. What I would suggest with that as well is actually putting that into an SBC. You got the radioactive crafting SBC. So for instance, just as an example, I'm going to give up the 83. Maybe I don't want to do a team of the week pick. I don't want to finish off a player, but the radioactive crafting upgrade at the moment of recording is still there. But you do have upgrade packs coming tonight as well, which is another example of where you could put the cards. So for instance, I'll keep out the rare. I don't know why I've got a rare in there anyway, but that's another one that we can do. We get 3 players back from it. I know we're giving up 11, but also we're completing objectives at the same time, which I absolutely love. It's all about efficiency. So straight off the bat then, we've got the 3 player back. We've kind of gone with all of the SBCs, sold all our profit back, and we're starting to then make the coins come in. It doesn't stop there because naturally the more players you're packing and hopefully higher rated ones, which is always nice, and naturally as you go through you're bound to pack somebody. As it is the look of the odds, you just have to keep going. Get a Libertadores, which is great for the rounds again, but then we also have the prime gold players. Walkout please. Oh, Spanish centre back. Oh no, that's not going to be anybody. Sometimes you do have these. Look, this is probably the bog standard of what you're going to get back. We got a couple of trader bull, which we can't actually put in, and we got another silver. You're not going to be doing anything. And then again, we have got a Nice again. So what I would suggest is either radioactive or going and finishing Nice again. For the purpose of the video, we're just going to get rid, and then we can move on to how do we get this sort of level of club. So what we want to be doing is going back into SBCs, judging that you either do or don't do your rivals, champs, potentially squad battles, moments, objectives. They're all going to give you packs to start with to kind of try for them big hitters, but you're going to be filling the club at the same time. What I kind of utilize is the radioactive crafting upgrade for any duplicates. The team of the week pick is always a useful one for your lower rated fodder. Maybe I don't want to give up some 85s right now, or at least one of them for instance. I can go and do an 83 and 82 rated club, get some team of the week picks back in, because naturally it's the best way at the moment to get a team of the week pick now. So what I would be utilizing other than that, Mixed League SBC is a nice one. I'm not a massive fan straight off the bat because it is a little bit more time consuming, and naturally I kind of like to focus on the premium. Bigger packs hopefully mean bigger rewards, but also bigger profit, bigger loss margins potential, or whatever you call it. But the big thing we've got at the moment is the premium bronze upgrade, the premium silver upgrade, and the daily gold. So we've already completed all 3 of them, so I will just naturally go through and just put them in. It is, you can stop and start. I don't think there's really any secret to this. It's a bronze SBC for the premium bronze. It's a silver SBC team for the silver one, and then the gold does require 1 of each. So you do require 1 bronze and 1 silver. With the daily gold, we can do it 3 times a day for the next like 47 days. That is crazy. If you do the maths on that, you are getting a lot of players back. And the one thing I always harp on about when it comes to upgrades is when you can get 11 gold players for not putting in gold players. So like we've got the radioactive, you have to put gold players in to get gold players back. This is the perfect one. We saw it all of last year. You put bronze and silver players in to get gold. There is a chance of a special card. You do get one rare at a minimum, but it is 75 plus if you want to put a rating on it. So it is very difficult to get that. But 3 times a day is an absolute must. So with the small bronze player, this is from the daily gold. You can potentially make some coins off this. It's very unlikely, and it's more likely in the silver pack, but there is potential if you do get a major league, a major nation that is selling at the moment. It's very unlikely, like I say, but if you get a League 1 player, that is pretty money in. Same with the silver, if you manage to get major leagues, kind of even minor leagues to some extent. So like Belgium could be a chance because it is a mixed league. Eredivisie is a potential because obviously it is in there. So again, we've just made, what, 600 coins. It may not be a lot, but it is all about just keep recycling everything. And of course we can't sell him yet as we had 100 in the transfer list, but you know what I mean. You can kind of get the gist. Then we do have the common bronze, silver and gold pack, which is from the premium bronze and gold, bronze and silver. So this is all untradeable. This is for the purpose of either A, finishing the daily gold upgrade, or B, going into League SBC. So mixed League SBC, we've got Chinese and MLS. It's going to be perfect. You do get an increased amount compared to your normal bronze and silver. You get, what, 4 silvers or 5 common. There is a slight potential of Team of the Week or radioactive cards that are common gold upgraded. So an example, if I could find one very quickly, it would have been nice to be more prepared, is to go with somebody like, what is that new one called? Is it Pug, I want to say? I cannot find him. Newest player, he is the MLS card. I want to say, is he a common? He is. So the brand new Ricard Puyug Marti, don't know, the Spanish centre mid for MLS LA Galaxy could be in this pack. Because he's a common to start with, we can obviously get him in this one. But naturally, what you want to be doing with that pack is put into League SBCs or putting it into daily upgrades. Daily upgrades into the radioactive crafting, the Monday upgrades, that is the place to go with it. So this is the daily upgrade one. So this is 11 common, 10 common, 1 rare. So we get obviously a Spurs player, left back as the rare. That naturally will always come up. We get a Sud as well, which is always nice. And we get a 77. Again, tradable, so we will try and fit him in here, to be honest. I don't know why Kluivert's in here. I think I've got 2 of him somewhere. But we do need to go through that at some point, so that's just for another time anyway. But that's going to be the grind to start with. It's perfect to get as many cards in there. And honestly, it is a lot quicker than going with your standard bronze, silver, gold upgrades because they take so much time. So you've got 2 silvers, 3 common, and then a 2 rare that you've got to put golds in. Don't like that one. That one's normally day 1 and that is it. Whereas these now are completely obsolete. Don't bother doing them. Always stack ready for these because now they've introduced them for 47 days. It will be a natural cycle with them. And obviously you can do the daily gold. So now you get a common silver pack of, I believe it says 4, and then obviously 5. So you're getting double the value every single time, bar from -1 in the silver. So if you do need a team of 11 players for an upgrade, you only have to complete the premium silver 3 times, and then every like 5 times you do it, you'll get 1 extra because you've got the surplus. So obviously if you do it 3 times, you get 15. 4 will always go over, so every 4 times you get an extra 1 free. Always perfect, and that is so much quicker. But not only that, you can use these common golds and also common silvers to finish the League SBC. You go round like that. It's so easy. So for instance, I'm doing bronze pack method. For instance, I'll show you whilst I'm doing it, you might as well. Obviously, doing the bronze pack method, you may not make loads of coins back. There's still masses of coins to be made off it. There is always cards. Lovely little Sud. Could go into the Mixed League SBC, or if you've got a really high rated team, it could go in the bigger one. So already, I just discard this. Beautiful 100 coins. I know realistically none of these are going to sell, so these are all going to go back into the bronze upgrade. Bar from maybe the Sud if you're trying to do the mix, depends on what you want, and you keep grinding. So naturally, if I show you again, just if we can see a rare, rares could go into the icon ones as well, because you do have a bronze 11 rare and a silver 11 rare, so that is always going to be perfect. But this is a great example that I'm not going to be able to put up. He is going to be worth a little bit of coins, because naturally he's in League 1, as you can see. is literally about a K400. That's paid for the 2 packs that we've already done. I couldn't put that as a better example if I tried. We also get a lib. 9 times out of 10 at the minute, the low rated libs are not selling. So I will make sure I sell that in a second, because I might as well make the money off it. He's not going to be utilized anywhere else. So that is going to be the packs back straight away from them two. Not saying you can happen every time, but that is a perfect example. But then you go into, for instance, the upgrade again, and then from all of them bronzes that we packed, we can then put them into this. From there, we do the exact same. So for instance, if I go silver, I go bronze, and I go newest, just because I'll show you, I'm not using him, not using him. Realistically, I'm not using many bronze cards with a premium upgrade. So I could just completely go with this every single time. Then we take the silvers, if they're not going to be utilized in Bundes, La Liga, Serie A, Prem, Lib and Sud, or any Nice cards. If you pick your team, stick with that team, then obviously they can go into other upgrades. They'll go into the premium silver, and then you'll get the gold cards, and naturally they should be able to go in. Anybody that is not League SBC, like the names I just said, will then go into other upgrades like the radioactive crafting upgrade, or I'd imagine we get an 81 or 80 plus pack today at Monday 6 PM, so they can go into that as well, depending on rare and common requirements. I would say radioactive crafting upgrade is going to be #1 priority, because you've got 18 days to get 98 of them done, plus then you get the objective back. From there, if you are looking to then go further, any kind of higher rated ones, 82 pick is always a big one. And then you've got your base icon, your base hero. You've then got your players like Skriniar. Griezmann's a great example. De Jong's still there for a few more days. So is Depay, and so is absolutely everybody else. And it's just a constant cycle. But where the money stops as well, when you are doing players like this, so for instance, if we went to Griezmann, that's the card I want to do. Say I've done the League SBC, I've got myself a duplicate 88 Renard. I can then go and do this one. We get a small rare mixed players pack. Potentially a walkout, potentially a board. Sell anything that is tradable, keep anything that's untradeable naturally, and you will just keep recycling coins left, right, and center. It is a grind. I'm not saying it's quick. I'm not saying that you're going to get walkout after walkout out of every pack, but it gives you a better shot if you're just following this method. Let me know if you need any more help or guidance. Make sure to like and subscribe on this, and I'll catch you all for 6 PM for some more upgrades. Peace.